Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of the Wisemen Say podcast, powered by Yamo Media. Ty Fisher alongside Jerald Lucas. I have us flipped. There we go. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
You know, Peachy Keen living the dream. I'm happy. It's about to be my Friday at work. So, yeah, man. Excuse me. Yeah, man. ODU has a game tomorrow. I'm excited about that, and I'll touch on that here in a bit. You doing all right?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Cool. It feels like we recently just seen each other.
It feels like we recently seen each other, but also at the same time, it feels like it's been a while.
I know, right? It really has. A week goes by way too fast. And whatnot. Yeah. Texas Roadhouse, so fucking good.
I got kicked out of there.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
On Sunday?
We were leaving anyways.
What the fuck did you do?
So we were leaving we were already getting up to leave, and
Yeah.
I had walked behind a waitress, and I cleared her, and then there was another one ahead of me, so I turned to walk behind the other one in front of me. And the one I originally walked behind, she was at the station, didn't pay attention to anything. And she turned and flung her arm and knocked my food out of my hands. Knocked my food, knocked my drink. And she looked at me, rolled her eyes, and kept walking.
Oh my God.
I twisted my back to try to avoid her because I saw her starting to walk.
Yeah.
Because it was like I got cleared her originally, then I went to go move so we could turn the corner to start walking towards the front door. And when I turned, here she comes walking, flinging her arms, not paying attention. So I twisted. So not only did all my food get knocked over, my applesauce container got busted open. My soda went everywhere. And I, hurt my back a little more.
Yeah.
I was pissed, and my girlfriend was sitting there trying to tell me to calm down. And like if it wasn't for the other waiter that saw everything and came over and apologized for the waitress,
Yeah,
they probably would have called the cops because I called the waitress out her name. I'm being PG right now, but I called her out her name and I called her a dumb hoe at first.
oh my God.
And the manager came over, and I explained to the manager what the hell happened. The manager was dumb. He didn't do anything.
And they may offer to remake your food or anything like that?
No.
Oh my God. I would be like, can I get my shit remade?
It hit the ground. And I'm like, and you're not offering no food remade. You're not offering a credit. You're just like, well, sorry about that. I'll tell them to make sure that they watch this around.
Nah, bro, I gotta have. Nah, bro, I want my food remade, dog.
So I took my container, and I threw it back on the ground and said, "Now I want you to eat this." Dead ass, like I want you to eat this food now that it's back on the ground for a second time.
Oh my God.
Well, sir, if you're gonna act like that, you can leave. I said, I have no problem.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've already paid my food, but the fact that your employees are oblivious to their surroundings,
yeah,
and then roll their eyes like I inconvenienced her,
dog.
Like I
I would have
told
been like,
I told the manager, I said, I could tear this whole place up. I said, but what's that gonna solve? It's only gonna get me tossed in jail. It's gonna cost y'all some money, which means your bonus at the end of the year you probably won't get a bonus because they'll have to repair the restaurant out of your bonus.
yeah.
All because you don't want to be, courteous enough to be like, well, we can remake your food for you if you got a couple minutes, or here's a credit. Sorry about the inconvenience. We hope that this experience doesn't, stop you from eating at Texas Roadhouse or coming back here.
Oh, it will.
Like you want to sit there and say, well, I'll make sure that they're aware of this. Like, bro,
Nah,
you
bro.
think about, even though my food was still in a container and it didn't open, my applesauce did.
Mm-hmm.
My soda went everywhere. The waiter that came helped picked everything up. He got me a new soda and got me a new thing of applesauce, but I had the country fried steak.
Yeah.
Like, come
I want that remade, man. I want that remade.
But other than that,
All right. Well then.
I would not be eating back at that Texas Roadhouse on East Main Street in Reynoldsburg.
Go to the Grove City one. Grove City is 10 times better.
Polaris.
Yeah, that too. All right. Well then, I completely forgot to add the banner, so I'm gonna do that right now.
Man, I like the yellow brick wall.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I added that literally at like 7:15.
Another brick in the wall, right?
Oh my gosh, dude. I was on stage with him one time, but that's a story for another day. So before we get into it, obviously Columbus. Edgar, how's it going, man? Columbus community lost a great athlete and hockey player, Johnny Gaudreau, along with brother Matthew Gaudreau. There is a candle lit vigil happening as we speak, actually, down at Nationwide Arena. I had no idea that was a thing going on tonight. Otherwise, I'd be like, hey, no show tonight. I'm going down to Nationwide Arena.
They do have, if you can't be there, you could get the virtual candlelight off of Stevie J's Twitter and also YouTube.
There is a live stream happening of the vigil. Obviously, our heartfelt and sincere sympathies to the Gaudreau family. Both Johnny and Matthew's parents, or wives, kids, and family. Obviously, and all the Columbus and pretty much Ohio teams did a moment of silence for every sporting event, I think. Guardians, Reds, FC Cincinnati,
Clippers, Buckeyes.
Did they do one?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah. Sucks because I had no idea what the hell was happening on Twitter until I started taking a deep dive, and I actually woke up Ian Phillips on accident. I sent him a message at like midnight, and he had no idea.
I'm not gonna lie though, I started making phone calls after when Tommy sent, from the Stars and Stripes, sent us a message like, hey, is this true? And I'm sitting there like, what the hell do you mean? And I start going through, feeds, and I started making some phone calls.
I didn't make a phone call. All I did was message Ian on Twitter about that. But it sucks because he was such a great hockey player.
Yeah. And shout out to Calgary too.
Yeah,
You know,
Calgary.
shouts out to them. You know, it's where he spent his first 9 years with, you know, in the NHL, went from a boy to a man there. Um, you know, you feel for both communities
Yeah,
because there's so many memories of him playing, you know, for the Flames, and you know, and he chose Columbus. Like he chose Columbus out of going back and playing for New Jersey, or going back playing for Philly and or the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? He chose Columbus, and you know, he wanted to live a normal life.
yeah.
And you know, I've got to, you know, I didn't get his autograph, but I sat some of the autograph lines for him. You know, and you know, just seeing that smile, you know, his smile, and seeing some of the behind the scenes videos of him clowning around, and you know, seeing his play on ice, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it sucks because you know, this is twice now in 3 years. You know,
Oh yeah. Yep. Elvis.
Kivy,
Yep.
no
Elvis.
Kivy, not Elvis, but
Oh
Kivy.
fuck yeah, Kivy. I don't know. Yeah, Kivy. Sorry.
Elvis was there. Kivy is the one who saved
That's
Elvis's
yeah.
life from the
Yep. That's
firework.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. I knew Elvis was there.
But it sucks because both players were at weddings.
Yeah, the wedding was the next day.
Yeah, and you know, I feel for his sister honestly more than
Yeah.
anybody else. Well, besides Meredith, his Johnny's wife, I feel for his sister because out the 30th was supposed to be the best day of her life, and to go from being the best day to the absolute worst day.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, we respect, you know, their family's privacy. Don Waddell did say that they're working on some type of service with the family already. So they're taking all the you know, the jackets are taking all the cues from the Gaudreau family. So we should know something, you know, in the coming days on when they'll have like a service here. Um, but his, you know,
Moving on. We have some crew to talk about.
boy, do
This
we ever.
team just keeps on winning. God damn it, we can't be stopped. The Columbus Crew took on NYCFC this past Saturday. And boy, was it a match, honestly. I wasn't there, you were there, but I watched it on Apple TV. Boy, was
Man,
it a match. Holy hell.
let me just say this though. Whoever thought with a league that has Lionel Messi that MLS will be posting about Columbus Crew all the time in the last month or so?
Dude.
And the most recent one is the Club World Cup or the CONCACAF rankings.
Yep.
And it says it's so lonely at the top at Columbus Crew with the
It is.
sign with the emoji. But I mean, it is lonely up here.
It is.
You know, when
Actually. Keep going.
uh when you got a
Yeah, I did
team
skip over your
that's
Gator comment because it was irrelevant.
when you got a team like Columbus that finds a way to win no matter what, it's just man.
Up one
You
point.
see
Up one
up
point.
one spot.
Huh? No, we've always
Up
been
one,
number one. We've always been number one. We went up 1 point. We were at 1,259.
oh, fantastic.
Yeah. We've always been number one. Always been number one. Tigres is up 3 points. They jump Club America, who the Columbus Crew will face here in about a week or so. Maybe 2 weeks from now.
11 days.
11 days. Thank you. Pachuca dropping points. Dropping 3 points. They dropped down to number 4. And they beat us in the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Hold on. Let's rephrase that. Food poisoning beat Columbus Crew.
Yeah. Well, do we know for sure that it was, I know what it was. I was told what it was because I never knew, but
that Pachuca just got the benefits of food poisoning.
Yeah. But man, look at that. Number 1. And we don't see another MLS team until number 6.
6 and 7.
Well, but between 1 and 6 is Liga MX. We don't see another MLS team until we get down to number 6. And that's a team that obviously hates playing against Columbus. No matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But this game on Saturday, though, it was filled with, not again. First 4 minutes, NYC scores.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Right? That's, not taken away from NYCFC fans, which, they are correct. They were dominating in the stats.
Oh my God. I think every time I looked up from my laptop, because I was doing some editing, I looked up NYCFC had the ball.
Yeah.
NYCFC was smothering us.
They were. Unfortunate, injury to Matt Freese.
Not good. Not good at all.
I saw it buckle.
That makes me think it's an ACL.
It is. They haven't came out and said it, but the way that it buckled when he came down, Gaston had to point it out to me. And then they showed it, on the screen real quick, and it's like, oh yeah, no. Not good for them. Their backup keeper, not gonna lie though, he was holding his own at first.
Yeah, but he came in cold.
He came in cold, but like I said, he was holding his own at first. You know what I'm saying? He was holding his own at first, but when you got the great Saiyan Cucho and you got Superman on top of, Jurassic Park, how are you going to stop that?
Yeah.
And then, what else Manuel says that Cushing was blaming Uncle. NYCFC was getting the benefit of the doubt on a lot of the calls.
On this one though, I mean, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, not calling foul, not calling fouls when Cucho's clearly fouled.
The first one wasn't a foul, ironically enough.
No, not the first one, but
the second one.
The second one, and then there was one before he came out where he was fouled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was getting held all night. You would see tugs on his jersey. And Uncle standing right there, like, I'm blind to the fact. You know what I'm saying? And then clearly a handball.
How can I turn you down? You're very loud.
I can back away from the.
Do me a favor, really quick. Go to settings.
I am.
Go to audio and just turn down mic volume. You should be good then.
How does that sound?
That's better.
All right. It had on auto adjust.
Gotcha.
I didn't see no screen by said Uncle.
So it's ironically enough, Hudson River Blue had got it from the tactical cam, and what happens is when the ball gets played out towards Matan, Ted Uncle, he's running to get into position, and then he starts backing away because the ball's coming back out to Matan, and the NYCFC player is running, but they inadvertently just collide on accident, blocking the NYCFC player from going to defend Matan, and Matan's able to get the header back across to Jones, and Jones scored.
How many times have we seen that happen to Columbus?
Oh, plenty of times. I mean, hell, Ted Uncle was the one that fouled a DC United player back in 2017, I think it was. And Pedro Santos scored, and then VAR said, "Oh yeah, Will Trapp committed a foul," and Will Trapp didn't even touch the guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was. I was like, and that's just unfortunate. I mean, the referee is considered the field essentially.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you can answer my question. What the hell did they get a red card for?
Contact with the ref.
Okay, yeah, that's referee abuse. That's a red
Yeah,
card.
he grabbed Uncle, and as soon as he grabbed him, I think it was either a grab or it was the verbal part. But as soon as it happened, you saw him reach in there, and no yellow, just a straight red.
I mean,
and he was sitting there looking like the players started walking towards the bench, but then started, turn course and started walking towards the tunnel.
Yeah.
Stopped right there by the tunnel, like looking to see, and I was asking around, like, hey, what was the straight red for? The stadium didn't announce it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody knew because it was after a goal.
Yeah. But later on, I saw somebody post about he grabbed Ted Uncle.
Yeah, it's a red
card. And out of all refs, though, Ted Uncle, you don't grab him because you know damn well that card is like halfway out his pocket already when you approach him. But the fact that you grabbed him, yeah.
Red card's a red card.
I know.
So it is what it is. But man, New York City was just taking it to us.
Yeah. I think it was more or less because everybody's been drained.
Fatigue was definitely playing a heavy factor.
But they fought, they gritted. Went to halftime all level. What more can you ask for, especially in that first half?
Yeah. They needed this week to recoup their legs, their body. They needed this.
Everybody needed this.
If I would have been happy with a draw against New York City. I mean, hell, I would have been happy with a draw against Philadelphia midweek. I would have been happy with that. I mean, honestly, I would have been happy with a draw both games.
I mean, what more can you say about the league? You get a trophy on Sunday, a win on a Wednesday, and a win on a Saturday. So a trophy plus 6 points.
Yeah.
And you're like 1 point behind second place.
2
in the East. 2? Okay.
Yeah, we're
2 points. 2 points behind second place. You still got 2 games in hand over Inter Miami and FC Kentucky, who you play. You play both teams, so you have a chance with that for 6 points. In those 2 games. The Shield, honestly, it's still there.
It's still there. It's long gone out of reach, though.
It's slim, but Miami still has a not too difficult, but not a cakewalk schedule. So there's still that. FC Cincinnati, yes, they clinched a playoff spot on Saturday. But I have a feeling between this Saturday and next Saturday, 2 wins will lock up second place.
Yeah. And for those wondering, here's the supporter shield standings right now. Yeah, I it realistically does. Let's speak hypotheticals here, right? Hypothetically speaking, do we see Miami dropping any points anywhere
Yes.
besides Columbus?
Yes.
Where?
A resurging Philly. They do have to play, even though their season is a wash right now.
Mhm.
Atlanta United did beat them earlier this year.
Yeah, and that was a big one. That was a big match that they were talking about over on Battered MLS Fans last night.
Because
that's on turf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they still have Orlando.
Mm-mm. They have Philly next, at Atlanta, at NYC for the next 3, and then home to Charlotte, and then away to Columbus to round out their next 5.
So out of the next 5, possibly maybe 2 draws, a win and a loss.
Draw. Where do you see a draw at? I see a draw, maybe Philly and New York City.
And the Pigeons, a loss to Columbus, and a win over Atlanta.
What about Charlotte? I could probably see a win over Charlotte as well. But then again, I don't know, because Charlotte's very good. I could probably see a draw out of there too.
Yeah. So out of 5, you're looking, say, 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's still, it's a slim chance for Columbus to win the Shield.
We would need to win out and have lots of help, right?
Which, there still is some.
Yeah, because if we're looking back at the Shield standings, we still have a game against Cincinnati and we still have a game against Miami, to the point where I'm positive that we can beat Cincinnati. And in Cincinnati, we can beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati. We can also beat Miami at home, because I do not see Messi or Suarez making that trip. Columbus in October gets cold. Right? So I do not see, I for one, probably do not see Messi coming to Columbus at all. The only time he might come to Columbus is if we have Cincinnati or Miami in the Eastern Conference in the first round, somehow, some way. I don't think we do. But if somehow, some way Columbus were to play Miami game 2 of the best of 3 series, other than that, Miami is pretty much locked in for home field advantage.
Yeah. Unless they start to falter.
Which could be true. Which could be a thing. Yes.
If they start to falter because it's like, okay, we have the playoff, we have this such big lead.
Yeah.
And they don't, you know what I'm saying? Say Philly beats them. Say Charlotte somehow beats them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Say, NYC or Atlanta beat them. So 2 losses out of the next 5, that's 6 points.
Yeah.
Off of your lead.
And then you might want to have Cincinnati drop a point. Their next game is Columbus.
Yeah, they
Cincinnati has a week off.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. They also play LAFC, New York City, Orlando, and Philadelphia.
They're dropping points.
I can probably see them dropping against LAFC. Right? I can say with confidence, and bookmark this, screen record this, clip this, whatever you want. I can for sure say that I have 100% confidence that Columbus will go into Cincinnati next weekend and leave with 3 points. It might be a battle for 3 points, right? But we can go in.
They're gonna be without Miles Robinson.
Yeah, they're going to be without Ian Murphy too. I mean, hell, they're also without Nick Hagelin, Matt Miazga. I think there's one more player that they're going to be without due to injury.
It could be Acosta because he's been dealing with a foot injury.
Yeah, I can probably see him coming back, like starting that though.
We'll see.
Ian Murphy, Miles Robinson due to yellow card accumulation. They're going to be out some key pieces.
Yeah, we'll talk about them next week.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like Columbus goes, they find ways to win.
Yeah, as they did against New York City.
Yep, and I think so. You're talking about you're happy with a draw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, Columbus goes up 2-1, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, just hold on. 2-1. Just keep it right there. Then they score, and it's like, oh my god, here we go. Like, you won all 3 points. You've been fighting for all 3 points all game, and they score an equalizer.
Yep.
As soon as that happened, I saw Jason and DeJuan go rushing over to the sideline from the warm-up area. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get some fresh legs in there. DeJuan and Jason come in, and it's just, like I think you posted, it's safe to say Columbus won the New England Columbus trade.
100%.
I love Wilson has a death. Don't get me
100%.
wrong. The injury, he's still coming back from that injury.
Mm-hmm.
He's not completely 100% there. Right? You give DeJuan Jones to us, and oh my God, in Nazi's system, another, person not playing their natural position, and Nazi system, and look what's happened. Da. And props to Kucha for fighting because he's the one that kept that ball alive and got it over to Diego before he got pushed to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And Diego with the vision to get it over to Alex, and Alex alley-oops it up to DeJuan, and DeJuan's right there.
Yep.
But then let's talk about Jason and his finishing here recently. Jason has, he finds a way with those late game winners. Not necessarily late game winners, but late game goals. Asked him after the game, I was like, did you know that ball was, that goal was, right there as soon as it came, for the rebound? He's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I knew it was going in. As soon as the shot was deflected and he couldn't hold on to it, Jason was like, yeah, I knew it was going to be a goal. So, also asked him too what Kucha said about him after LAFC. Called him a killer. Kucha was like, I could have had the hat trick, but I saw Jason there and the defender, so I got it over to him, and he's a killer. He finished it. And asked what that meant for, Jason and his confidence, and he's like, it means a lot to me to have somebody as good as Cucho sit there and say that you're a killer. That shows that people are watching how you train, how you perform,
mm-hmm.
and see the potential that you have.
Yeah. Besides being absolutely outplayed, what was your biggest takeaway from the NYC match?
The grit. We don't talk too much about the adversity and grit of the team because it's hardly there.
Yeah.
But just from the beginning part of the season to now, you're talking about you went through a grueling, Champions Cup tournament amongst an already chaotic MLS schedule. You get out of that finishing second in the tournament to come back to league play, go on a 5-game run of being unbeaten
From
from June 1st on.
I think so, yeah.
Maybe it was 3 or 4 because I know they lost to Atlanta and Charlotte before the League's Cup break.
Who, Columbus?
Yeah.
You said June 1st?
Yeah.
So May. So our first game in June was the 15th.
And that was LAFC.
No, that was New York City.
Okay. Yeah, that was a 4-0 win out there at New York.
No, 3-2.
3-2, okay.
3-2. Lost to Miami, then a win against KC, a win against New England, a win against Nashville, a win against Toronto, a win against LA, and then the tie to Charlotte, the loss to Atlanta.
Okay, so after the Inter Miami loss, that's when they went on a 5-game run.
Yep.
Then they tied with Charlotte, lost to Atlanta right before League's Cup.
Yep.
So you went through, and then not only did you demolish LAFC, but you just outplayed them.
You handed them their worst loss in club history at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their first loss at home in years. Not too many years, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so you go on that, then you go to you play a friendly against a top Premier League team. Granted, they might not have had all their stars, but still you're on a international stage playing them.
Mm-hmm.
With being viewed over there in England. Absolutely thrashed them. The only good thing that they had going was their supporter section with their chants. Oh, which that was a cool chant though.
Yeah, bro, Villa's nice. Villa's nice. If United don't get their shit together, I'm about to be a Villa fan.
So you go from that, you go to a first round bye for League's Cup. So you got all this time sitting there where you're not playing. So you're getting some of that rest. And then you come out, you demolish Sporting Kansas City. Let's see, was it Inter Miami's second game? No, it was NYCFC, the second game. Or no, it might have been Inter Miami.
For which one?
For because we were in the round of 32, the round of 16.
So round of 32, we entered, I believe.
And we played Kansas City.
Against KC. Round of 16 was Miami. Quarterfinals was New York City, PK shootout. Semifinals was Philadelphia.
Yeah, so you go through a grueling, tournament run there. Come from behind win over Inter Miami.
Yep.
A 3-2 win. Then you go to PKs against NYCFC and win it with DeJuan Jones.
Yep.
Walk off home run. All puns intended. Then you play Philly, and that was a 3-1 win.
Yep.
And then you play LAFC, who hate coming to Columbus or playing Columbus for a trophy. So and then you follow up 2 days later, 3 days later, you're playing Philly,
Yep.
somebody you had just played, and then 3 more days later you're playing NYC, who you just played. So and now you got a week off, pretty much. Not even a week, but you don't have to worry about playing another game in 3 days. You got that time to recover. You got that time to prepare. So
moving on now. Your favorites. Crew 2 had a game. What can you tell us about them?
So they were in for a fight on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of Cappy's Corner. As your beloved Capybaras, aka Crew 2, were in action Sunday against NYCFC 2. The Baby Pigeons were in town. And Jacob Green got him off to the races with a goal in the 13th minute with a rocket. Then NYCFC scored again. They went into halftime, I believe, level. Second half, Taha, somebody who has talent as such a young athlete, in this game, and it's come up through the ranks here in the Crew Academy. He got on the board in the 59th minute with an assist from Rio. NYCFC scored again to level it. They went into PKs, and Stas Lopkis, he had 2 saves in the first 2 rounds of the PKs, which new Capybara Ibrahim Sai, he was the first one up and converted. Tristan Brown converted. Then I think the third one was saved by the Baby Pigeons. Nico Rincon was the fourth, and Gonzalez was the fifth that earned the extra point, and so the Cappies kept 2 points here in Columbus. Like I said, Stas had 2 saves in that. The first 2 saves, and then NYCFC went and converted on 2. They won 4-2. The Cappies do sit currently third in the Eastern Conference with 42 points. Sit behind FC Cincinnati 2 and Philadelphia Union 2, who have 43. The Cappies are back in action this Sunday. They were on the road to Chattanooga to play Chattanooga FC at 3 o'clock, which I believe that is one that is on Apple TV. If it's not, you can catch it on Next Pro's website or the YouTube channel. But yeah, so they have a shot to win the Eastern Conference in the regular season. Their Shield hopes are out the window. They sit 5th in the Next Pro Supporter Shield race. So North Texas sits on top of that, which I think they did last year as well. So yeah, it's going to be a fun playoff push. Now let's see if they can repeat, being back in Next Pro finals.
I hope so.
3 years.
3 years running? God damn.
Hey, if they could get there to the finals and win it, 2 cups in the first 3 years.
2 out of 3, that's not bad. Could have been 3 could have been 3 out of 3, but
should have been 3.
Yeah, Austin had something to say about that. Obviously, my favorites. My favorites. Good old Pants over here on Sunbury Road. Wonderful preseason. Came out on top 2 of 3. Finished 2-0-1 in preseason. start our season opener actually at home tomorrow against West Liberty from West Virginia. Had a good talk with a couple of the boys, head coach Willie Merrick, talking about tomorrow. Good things to say. Hoping to get off strong. Kickoff is at 7:00. Excuse me, 7:00, Panther Stadium. Honestly, if you guys have nothing to do on a Thursday night, come out for about first half or so.
What time's
It
the
should be
game?
fun. 7:00.
Oof.
7:00. Yeah, it's right. It's kind of butting in with NFL football.
Oof.
Yeah,
They wrong for making that schedule for the first Thursday of September. Come on now.
Yep. 7:00, Panther Stadium. So we actually have 2 games this week, so that'll be fun. But tomorrow against West Liberty. This team also last year they beat Davis and Elkins, who was number 12 in the country. So I mean, I guess not take them lightly, but that's a team that can pull a win out of thin air. But this team, as I've seen, has been banded by brotherhood from off season to preseason, even today during practice, just constantly getting on one another, like trying to make each other better. So I have high hopes for the Panthers of Ohio Dominican. You guys want to give the Pants a follow? Follow them on Twitter at ODU_men's soccer, and on Instagram at ODU_men's soccer. And you might see some great content coming out of Panther camp. So once again, kickoff 7:00 tomorrow. Tomorrow night, free admission. As always, one black and gold team deserves love. Also, apart from the Columbus Crew and the Capybaras. Anybody have any questions about that? Feel free to shoot me a message on Twitter, and I will be glad to help point you in the right direction, whether it's streaming or directions on how to get there. So, next up, I totally freaking missed this. We have a game Saturday. The Columbus Crew does.
Mm-hmm.
And as Manuel put it, we're missing about 6 players. Patrick Schulte with the U.S. men's national team, Nicholas Hagen with
Guatemala,
Cucho with Colombia, Steven with Cape Verde, right? There was another one, right?
Mo
Farsi with Algeria, thank you. And now Jason Russell Rowe gets called up to Canada.
As an injury reserve for the player that went down during Copa with the torn ACL.
So out 6 players. This game on Saturday is going to be a true test to the depth of the Columbus Crew.
Also, I believe it's Chase Adams.
We're talking
for the
first
Cappies
team.
I'm just saying all around. Chase got called up to Czech Republic. So 6 first teamers and one second teamer, you know. The depth of Columbus is, like you said, it's definitely going to be tested. It's going to be huge. You know, to see how, you know, who Nancy is putting out there for, you know, up front with Christian, because we know he's going to be there. You know, let's see. Nancy did say in training, I didn't get a chance to go to it, but Brianna asked, with with Hagen and Schulte getting called up. That's why they went and got another keeper in that window. You there?
Yeah, I'm sending I completely forgot to ask Rob a question, and Connor just reminded me about it.
Oh yeah. But we're anxious to see what this keeper from LAFC is going to be like.
Yep. Abraham
Um,
Romero.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like Manuel just put out, Rossi Ramirez and Chambos. That's what it might be.
I might throw Matan up there, honestly. That's just me, though.
Yeah. Save Chambos for the second half.
Yeah.
Then you got probably AZ that's going to be taken over.
I was thinking Yeboah, Arfston on the wings.
Yeah.
Yeboah, Arfston on the wings, Zawadzki in the middle with Nagby.
I see Zawadzki going back to Morera's spot.
I see Shaberko. Amundsen, Camacho, Shaberko.
Oof.
There's so many that you can do, honestly. There's so many.
I think we could see Sean back there and Derek Jones get a start with
That's also true. I forgot about Derek Jones. Hey, fuck it. Dewan Jones and Arfston on the wings.
That's what Manuel just said too.
Is that Derek Jones or Dewan Jones? No, I'm kidding. It's definitely Dewan Jones.
But like Manuel also said too, Amundsen, Camacho, and Zawadzki. I could see that, for the starting first 45.
Yeah.
Maybe Derek, like I said, maybe Derek Jones gets a start there in the midfield. To go up against a Seattle Sounders that, yeah, they might be old.
Yeah. Yeah.
They might be the senior citizens home team. But I still think Derek has proven, like, when he's out there that, he belongs out there.
Mm-hmm.
To maybe get some more minutes. This is a time now for all the other talent that doesn't get that much playing time.
Yeah.
To show to Nancy, besides what he sees in training, to show what they do during games.
According to Transfer Market, their average age is 25.7. So about 26 years old.
Jesus Christ, I'm older than the team.
I'm older than the team, dude. How do you think I feel? Golly.
Well, you don't have gray hair.
That's also very true. I have red. I have red. However, the average age of Columbus is 26.6. So how is the reigning Leagues Cup champions, NMLS Cup champions, older, but play like they're 19, 20 than the Seattle Sounders?
Evan Bush.
The invincible Evan Bush.
Man.
The invincible Evan Bush. Seattle Sounders also come into this match, I believe. They lost a semifinal against LAFC in the U.S. Open Cup. So they're going to try and kind of rebound off of that. But Columbus, on the other hand, having a week off, having almost six starters be off the team for a couple of days. How can we get a point out of this? I'll be happy with a draw.
They said the same thing against Philly. With a heavily rotated lineup that Nazi had.
Mm-hmm.
How was Columbus walking out of Philly with the win?
Plus, I don't even think that lineup was that heavily rotated as it's going to be on Saturday.
It really was. You're talking about pretty much all your stars were on the bench.
Right, but I feel like this Saturday is going to be more heavily rotated than it was against Philadelphia.
And in my case, again, they didn't expect it with a heavy rotated lineup against Philly for Columbus to come out there and get the win.
Yeah, because Philly went balls to the wall.
But Philly also played with a diamond, like they normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Jim Curtin's diamond that's always given the whole Columbus Crew organization, regardless of who the coach is, has always given problems. So for them to walk out of there with the rotated lineup, to walk out of there with a 1-0 win was amazing with the depth. Now, Seattle came off the Open Cup semifinal loss, and I believe they also lost last weekend.
Where's my mouse? There it is. Seattle, yeah, they did. They lost to Portland 1-0.
Yeah. So, and that was huge for Portland.
Mm-hmm.
So they lost a rivalry match against Portland. You know, so they're going to come out hungry. We've seen Phil Neville last year gave Columbus their only loss last year at home.
Yeah.
With Inter Miami before he was let go for Tata. So we know what he's capable of when it comes to putting in formations. Yeah, they do have some players, Baker, Whiting, Hawkins, and Vargas. However, it's not what Neville had at Inter Miami to go up against the Columbus Crew. So even with having a heavily rotated lineup this week, I still think that Columbus can walk out of there with a win. Now, will they score four goals? Probably not. It'll be more like a 2-1, maybe a 3-2, win. But you can mark it down on your, screen record it, screen grab it, whatever the hell. I will be shocked if we walked out of there with a shutout, with a clean sheet. Just because I don't know this keeper that, the LAFC keeper.
Yeah. I was looking to see if Jordan Morris got called up to the men's national team, but he didn't.
Which he might be pissed off, and he might try to have his best game against the hottest team.
So that's one player that we definitely, because when he's on, he's on. When Jordan Morris is on, he's on. He's good. So yeah, I don't see him on here.
But you did know who got called up to the men's national team.
Yep. Even though he's no longer with us.
He's always going to be black and gold, regardless of him wearing red and white now.
Yeah.
He's there, he's here, he's every fucking where.
What about this game maybe scares you a little bit?
The lack of game chemistry
between the players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of who they put in the back, there's been chemistry there at some point in time this year. But that's the back line. Now they're playing a third keeper. Actually, a fourth keeper this year. Because you had Schulte, you had Bush before he got hurt, then you got Hagen, now you got a fourth keeper. So it's hard to rely on the tendencies of the keeper when you're not regularly out there with them. On the edge, you're out there in training, but it's different. It's different from training speed and game speed.
Yes, 100%.
And so we're going to rely heavily on Camacho. Camacho's not going to be able to get subbed out. The only way he gets taken out of the game Saturday is if, I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it, but there's only one way that Camacho will come out of the game. But the lack of like winger play, right? So if you put Max and Yeboah out there, cool. They got the chemistry, right? They got that chemistry. You throw Sean and Darlington in the midfield, cool. You got that chemistry. You throw Matan Rossi and say Christian out there, you have a good chemistry there. You're cool. You're good then. But when you start tinkering with, maybe Derek Jones and Darlington.
Yeah.
DeJuan and Max. Chambost and Rossi and Ramirez. Now you asshole.
That wasn't to you, you fool.
I know, but I'm still. You start tinkering with the chemistry I put in like AZ or Dylan in there.
Yeah.
And DeJuan. So Nazi's got a headache of a decision to do with this lineup. And I do not envy that man at all.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
No, and had this been next week.
Oh man, we're fucked. We are screwed.
I would not be applying for credentials to go down there to Cincinnati.
We are screwed.
Because I would hate to pay $30 for that parking garage right next to TQL to have a heavily rotated team against FC Kentucky.
Is that where you plan on parking?
Yes, I'm not. No, I don't like that shuttle. The wheels on the bus go round and round. No,
look, bro, we'll go half on that. We'll go half on that. I will cash up you $50
because it's straight up. As soon as you walk out TQO and you walk through the parking lot, you turn right and the garage is right there. Like,
yeah.
We ain't got to worry about no hotel show, valet sitting there playing, Days of Thunder through the parking garage. And then no.
I'm not trying to get arrested.
Me neither.
I'm not trying to get arrested. That guy really pissed me the fuck off. I'm not trying to get arrested. And I'm not trying to get you arrested because you was about ready to beat his ass.
You saw how quick I put it in park.
I ain't got off the car. I'm like, bro, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, bro. We are dipping out of here.
I had the boot. I had the boot.
Let's go back to Columbus. I'm not dealing with a maniac valet driver whose bosses also came up to the car like some posse and whatnot. I was about to take them all out with the door. Fuck that, dude. I'm about to take all three of them out with the door. I was about to beat everyone. Oh man, that pissed me off so much.
I know we were gonna stop at Waffle House on the way back.
Look, dog. Hey, I'm down for some Waffle House, dog. I'm down for some Waffle House.
We saw that whole Waffle House there. On our way back up to Columbus when we stopped at the Speedway.
There's a shit ton of crew fans, bro. Shit ton of crew fans in there.
But we were already looking like, fuck, it's this late.
Yeah, so we went to where did we go? Speedway and got what, donuts and burgers, crap ton of food. Yeah,
some of it was free.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're going to Cincinnati, Manuel.
Yeah.
You
might not see us, but we might see you.
Yeah. Unless we go down early and just go to OTR, but
no.
Yeah, no. OTR's
that's a far walk.
Yeah, that's a far walk.
And my fat ass is not walking that far.
OTR is far. What's your one key to the game for Saturday before we move on to predictions?
Play free. Nancy talks about it all the time. Like he wants his players to play free and enjoy, in the moment. Yes, Nancy has said that he's wanted them to play free. Just, take it in, regardless of who's in the starting lineup or not. Take it in and just go have fun.
Not gonna lie, it is oddly dark outside. The street lights in the street to my right are not on, and it's oddly dark. And there's also some lunatic speeding up and down a side road over here on a motorcycle.
It's the purge.
I can hear it. I can hear it. That's why I'm looking like, what the hell is happening? Okay.
Yeah, no. Play free.
Really quick. Kickoff time remains 7:30 on Saturday. So no talks of moving the kickoff time to accommodate with Ohio State. So kickoff time remains 7:30. Whoever you decide to go watch, be safe. Stay out of trouble. And we'll see y'all in Cincinnati, hopefully. Anyway,
call a friend if you're hammered.
Please do not drive. If you are hungover, if you are tipsy and still don't feel like driving, please call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a friend, or just sleep in your car until the morning time.
I will put this out here. If any one of crew, family, whoever's here in Columbus that watches our show, if y'all are drunk, call me. Shoot me a message, and I'll come pick your asses up. I'll do it in a heartbeat because, yeah, I'll save you guys the Uber fee. Call me. Y'all want to pay me for a ride? Either do gas. I don't know where an Uber for $10 is. Not here in Columbus. But if y'all want to pay me, listen. Pay me in Starbucks vanilla cans or gas.
No water.
Dr. Pepper and core water.
Water. God damn it. My buddy is in AA and I'm keeping him accountable for not drinking. You need to lay off the Starbies and Dr. P. Water.
All right. Pay me in water. Pay me in bottles of water.
There you go.
Or cases of water.
There you go.
Or gas.
That's better.
Make sure the water is 23 different flavors.
Continue with what you were saying. Sorry.
No, but play free. Take in the moment that you're out there playing. Enjoy, just enjoy. Go have fun. Honestly, win, lose, draw. Go have fun. Because I'll tell you what. Everybody else is not expecting Columbus to win on Saturday. They're expecting a loss or a draw.
Yep.
Prove everybody wrong. Just go have fun.
The penultimate segment. MLS predictions.
There's only 5 games.
I know, right? No, 6.
Okay.
Here they are. How's that? My God, I have to sneeze so bad. Bam.
Yeah, there's 5 games.
6.
Where the hell? Why does it only show 5 on? 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6.
That's crazy. FanDuel doesn't have the Montreal. That's because it's the next day.
Sunday?
No? No. It doesn't have the Montreal or Vancouver and Dallas.
There's
Oh, that
definitely
sucks.
6 on.
Yeah, I see it. But FanDuel's only showing. FanDuel's only
Anyway,
showing 5 games.
starting off, New England, St. Louis.
Draw. For some reason, the Porter has gotten the team to believe. And they've been either drawing or coming out a win, a couple losses. But I'm going with the draw. As much as I want to do St. Louis.
Draw.
Yeah.
Give me 1-0 New England.
That's fair. I can see that, but St. Louis after coming off of a big win.
Yeah. Next up, Manuel says St. Louis for the Hartle late winner.
Oof.
That could be good.
Yeah.
Red Bulls, KC.
It's hard winning in Rebels Arena. If you're not black and gold. I'm going with the Red Bulls.
Red Bulls?
I'm gonna go 2-0.
Yeah. Give me Red Bulls. I'll stick with the same prediction, same scoreline. Fire, DC United.
This one I could see a 0-0, a 1-1 draw. Even though they do have Christian Benteke, I'd still DC has fallen off. So I mean, give me a 1-1 draw.
Fair. Yeah, I can see that. Manuel says 4-1 Red Bulls. I can see that.
Jesus.
3-3 DC United draw Fire. 3-3. That's bold. It's at SeatGeek. Oh, they're playing in Bridgeview. Oh my god, that's gonna be shit. Give me DC United 3-1.
Oof.
Yeah, give me DC United 3-1. Manuel is jumping the gun. Houston, LAFC. He goes 1-1.
I mean, Houston's coming off of a win of beating LAFC last week. So they just literally played them in LA. Now they have them down at Shell Stadium. Houston has always proven to be a test playing there in Houston. I hate to say it, but I think LAFC. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Houston with the win.
Houston
I'm
over
not putting a
LAFC?
point. Yes.
Okay. Connor said Benteke is out because he got a red last week.
Still give me a draw.
Yeah, I'm still probably gonna go DC 3-1. Give me LAFC 2-0 over Houston. Even with Bogush, Buanga out due to international duty. Give me LAFC 2-0.
I mean, they are the underdog.
LAFC?
Yeah.
Really?
Plus 210.
Holy shit. Vancouver, Dallas.
See, this one ain't on my list, so I can't put on it. But Give me Vancouver.
Yeah. I think they're without Ryan Gauld because he got called up to Scotland, I believe. I can't remember.
Haas got called up too.
He got called up to
Indonesia.
Martin Paz?
Yeah.
Indonesia? Oh, really?
Yep.
What? Wow. I had no idea.
Neither did I.
Wow. Okay then. All right then. Jesus Christ. Give me Vancouver 2-0.
That's what I see too.
I like Vancouver 2-0 on that. Jesus Christ, dude. Threw me for a loop there. Holy hell. Okay. Last one, obviously the game we all want to talk about and give our prediction. Columbus, Seattle. That's bold.
4-2. Oh,
that's bold. Connor says Dallas 1-0.
Give me 3-1.
Draw 2. Who is that for? Draw 2-2. Who is that for? You said what?
Give me 3-1.
3-1 Columbus?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. See, this is hard. Give me 3-3 draw. Yeah, give me a 3-3 draw actually. I don't see Columbus being able to pull it out at all. And that's fine. I mean, we can take a draw against the Seattle Sounders. I just don't see us being able to pull out a win. And I love to be proven wrong. You know that. I love to be proven wrong. They're missing Obed Vargas and Nuhu. Thank God. Nuhu, he has a temper, man. I'm telling you. Last but not least, yellow card, red card. I have nothing, honestly. I have nothing.
I mean, I already said my yellow card at the beginning.
Yeah.
Part.
Yeah.
I
have nothing.
I can't think of.
I'm stumped. I'm good.
Yeah,
Actually, no, I will give myself a yellow card because I accidentally simmed the conference championship game against Georgia. I accidentally forced a home win instead of an away win, but I'm the number 1 seed. So I accidentally forced Georgia win instead of a force away win. But I was like second in the SEC, so so now I got to go through the entire freaking playoff. Manuel, that was a pre-recorded video. That wasn't live, unfortunately. That was a good time though. That was a great conversation. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, check it out on my Twitter or at MLS Moves. Talked about the crew, Nancy, going back to back, hopefully. And yeah. That was a good time with Will. So
props to him, Will, because he said red card for them not having me on there.
Will. So yeah, Will was on he was on a episode of Bad and MLS Fans with me one time. So good guy he is.
Hey, I'm proud of you making moves. You know,
dude, I'm just here, dog. I'm just here, man.
You're the face of the Wisemen now.
I'm just here chilling. Yeah, but my yellow card goes to myself for simulating a conference championship game, which sucks. But oh well, it is what it is. I'm still number 1, but I have to play Clemson now.
That should be easy.
Connie, you were on the wrong show if you are talking Ohio State. I promise you that. I will put you in timeout quicker than you can say no.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Back. Connor's in timeout. We don't talk Ohio State on this show. We don't talk Ohio State on this show.
I use analogies from Ohio State.
Huh?
I said I use analogies in some of the.
That's fine. That's fine. How can I take
you go
out of
you go put me in timeout?
No. How can I take him back out? Or is it just done? I think it's just done. I didn't mean to. Whoopsie. No band guest. Ah, damn. Okay. Well, sorry. Shit. I did.
Oh my god.
Oh well. Joe, my friend, that's it for this episode. I thought there'd be like a little thing you can take them out. Shit. Whoopsie. I'll figure it out. It's okay. Joe, my friend, that's it for the show. Anything you want to say to the guests, to the crowd while I try to figure this
out? Like I said, once again, if you are hammered, call me. Reach out to my inbox. You know, driving drunk has more consequences than you actually comprehend when you're drunk. Because not only can you lose your license, you could be, put in jail, but there's other consequences. Your family could be, without you. Others could be without, their family because you decided to drive drunk. So please, 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 feel free to reach out to my inbox if you need a ride, and I'll come pick your drunk asses up.
Be sure to follow us on social media, on Twitter at Wiseman Pod, on Instagram at the Wiseman Say Podcast, on TikTok at Wiseman Pod. You guys can follow Jerald on Twitter
at Jerald_ Lucas 96.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Fisher Tyler __. Be sure to check out the Linktree link in our Twitter bio. You guys can check out the merch store that we have. You guys can also follow us on YouTube or subscribe on YouTube. You guys can also watch the live stream on YouTube, watch the recorded, edited part video on Spotify, Goals TV, and the Yamo Media app. You guys can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and that is it. Ty Fisher alongside Jerald Lucas, my friend. As tradition goes, wise men say,
only fools rush in.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good week. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool. Hug your loved ones. Do not drive drunk, and go Crew.
Stay wise, yo.